Tenet, directed by Christopher Nolan, is an espionage movie that's focused on the concept of inversion, which is essentially time travel but backwards. This movie is very similar in style to its other two films, Inception and Interstellar, because those two films also deal with time distortion and time manipulation. So Tenet falls really in line and under that umbrella of Christopher Nolan's films. Some things that I liked about Tenet is the fact that the film is very visually impressive. I believe this film was shot on 72mm film, which I'm not a film person, so I'm not too sure exactly what that means. But it does pay off because this movie has some really nice, clean, and crisp shots, and it's very jaw-dropping, and you really are kind of taken back. Tenet is definitely one of the most, or if not the most beautiful films that I've seen on screen. This movie also has very strong acting by John Washington, who plays the protagonist, and yes, that's the character's name, the protagonist. Kind of weird. He does a really great job in that role, and he's supported really nicely by Robert Pattinson, who plays Neil, one of the main characters in this film. And it was really nice to see Robert Pattinson outside of Twilight, and in a new element and in a different style of film. So even though now I gave all that praise for Tenet for its acting and its really great, beautiful scenes, this film is kind of bogged down, or its greatest downfall is really its plot. One thing that I heard overwhelmingly from the people who didn't like this film is the fact that the plot is too complex and too confusing to follow, which is kind of, disappointing because Tenet is such a great film that, it kind of sucks that it ends up being its plot that's really its biggest downfall again. And there is merit to that argument because, I watched this movie close to a week ago now, and I've been through a few analysis videos, and there are still some lingering questions that I have about this film. So there is some merit there. The movie can be confusing, complex, and hard to follow. And because of that, the movie does require a second viewing. But fortunately for you, the second viewing is definitely more enjoyable because you can really pick up on all the clues and little hints that are left behind in the film by Christopher Nolan. And it's really nice to pick up all those little hints and clues and piece everything back together. There are a ton of aha moments in your second time through, which is really enjoyable. And while you're at it, enjoy the nice soundtrack of Tenet as well. That's also a big bonus, very cool as well. So yeah, that concludes my review for Tenet. I mean, if I had to rate this film out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. Again, strong acting, visually impressive, cool concept of, inversion. We never really saw that as the focus of a film before. So really ambitious by Christopher Nolan. Big props for that. But again, plot, a little confusing. It might be a turn off for the average viewer. Probably, one of its biggest downfalls again. There are trade-offs there. But nevertheless, 9 out of 10. I encourage everyone to go watch that film. And if you have, let me know in the comment section below what you thought of it. And like always, thanks for watching and subscribe here for more reviews in the future.